Bien, une émission spéciale de rien de plus simple et Slice of Home ce soir.
Une tranche de maison.
Une tranche de maison.
Une tranche de maison en français.
Bienvenue à l'émission. C'est une émission spéciale. On avait dit qu'on se déplacerait pour faire des émissions spéciales. Donc, on en a une aujourd'hui. C'est le bal des 25e anniversaire des employés de Tembec. Donc, on est ici. On va avoir au courant de l'émission des entrevues, we'll have interviews.
Oui, c'est ça. Many interviews with lots of wonderful people that were here right from the beginning, the start of Tembec, the birth of Tembec.
C'est ça. Nathalie, t'as rencontré bien des gens que tu connaissais pas, toi, ce soir.
Je vais vous dire, je pense qu'il y a 140 personnes ici ce soir. Je pense que j'en ai vu 20 personnes dans toutes ces 140-là. C'est beau.
Donc, on a beaucoup d'entrevues. On a beaucoup de personnes qu'on a rencontrées. Donc, on va voir un peu ce qui se passe, les gens, comment apprécient l'émission. On va voir un peu ce que les gens pensent de la compagnie Tembec, je pense, Anne-Marie.
Je m'excuse.
Well, it's okay. We're gonna talk about Tembec, and we're gonna know how they feel about the company.
Right, that's right, definitely. You know, like I said, it's people from the birth of Tembec, but it's a real unique situation, Tembec, in the town of Temiskaming, and how the town, not only Tembec, but the town has evolved, you know, throughout all of this as well. So we've got plenty of people to talk to, lots of really interesting people to talk to, lots of different stories, different takes on things, and I think we should get the ball rolling.
Donc, sans plus attendre, on vous présente les chroniques, les entrevues qu'on a fait avec les gens, et on vous revient à la fin de l'émission.
OK.
J'ai avec moi un des vétérans de la compagnie Tembec, Puce Godette. Bienvenue à l'émission, Puce.
Merci beaucoup.
Ça fait 25 ans que tu travailles pour Tembec?
Oui, 25 ans au 6 septembre.
Comment est-ce qu'on se sent après ce 25 ans? Est-ce que ça a passé rapidement?
On se sent vieux. On est en retraite.
Que fais-tu présentement au niveau de la compagnie?
Je suis officier au personnel, qu'est-ce qu'ils appellent le time office.
Ah oui, donc c'est toi qui reçois les gens à l'entrée?
Oui, on s'occupe des sections 99, des cédules, un peu de tout.
Mais j'imagine, quand tu as commencé, tu faisais pas cet emploi-là. C'était quoi ton premier emploi à l'usine quand tu as commencé?
Bien, j'ai commencé section 99 à pousser des rouleaux dans le blending, comme tout le monde, mais un peu de blow pit.
Ça a changé beaucoup l'usine depuis 25 ans?
Ah, ça a changé considérablement depuis quand ils ont commencé Temcel, les évaporateurs, Temfiber, c'était pas là au commencement.
Parce que c'est ça, lors de tes débuts, il y avait, comme on dirait, le vieux moulin, c'était tout?
Oui, il y avait rien que le vieux moulin. C'était tout ce qu'il y avait.
Il y en a combien qu'on pourrait dire, de la gang du début qui sont en là? Est-ce qu'il y en a beaucoup qui sont restés avec la compagnie depuis le début?
Il y en a au-dessus d'une centaine. Je disais aujourd'hui 140. Je pensais que c'était plus alentour de 105, 110. Mais c'est encore une bonne gang.
Puis, si je te demandais de me dire un de tes meilleurs moments ou un de tes bons moments dans ces 25 ans-là, quel serait-il?
Bien, c'est probablement tant qu'on commençait à faire des extensions. J'ai été commis pour bâtir Temcel 1. Ça a été toute une expérience. Puis Temfiber, les évaporateurs au steam plant de récupération. Ça a été une bien belle expérience. Ça a été mon meilleur show, là, vraiment. Là.
Parce que c'est ça, c'est intéressant de travailler pour une compagnie qui progresse.
Ah, c'est certain, parce qu'on voit le futur. Là. C'est bon pour toutes les familles. C'est bon pour la ville. On peut pas rien dire de mal contre ça.
C'est ça, puis toi, des projets pour l'usine encore de nombreuses années?
Si possible, 2 ans, là. Mais pas bien plus.
Bien, je te remercie. J'espère que tu vas avoir beaucoup de plaisir ce soir, puis à la prochaine, Puce.
Merci, Claude.
With me now is a man who needs no introduction, I'm sure to many of you, Mr. Jim Graff. And Jim, thank you for agreeing to do the interview for this.
Thank you for inviting me.
Now, Jim, what's your current title at Tembec?
I'm the Steam and Power Superintendent.
Okay. Now, when did you started obviously 25 years ago. When, what's the actual date? Can you remember back then?
I think it was in November sometime.
November, okay. So you started just after the mill started up?
That's correct.
Okay. And what were you doing then?
Working in the boiler house. I think I started out as a helper and then up to a fireman and later on as a head operator.
Okay.
Then after that I hit the Big M.
The big M. Okay, when did you hit management and what years was that? And was it always in the steam plant that you worked in during your management years?
Yep.
Okay.
Started in 1980.
1980, okay.
That's when we started to convert from burning fossil fuels like coal. Started burning number 6 oil and then later natural gas, and now the way we are today with waste sulfide liquor.
So you've seen some real big changes over the years, especially with regard, just like what you mentioned, with regard to technology and all the different fuels.
Yeah, we've seen some major changes in the steam plant. Fortunately, there's a pretty good team of people in there, and we were able to accomplish what we were asked to do.
Okay. And what does a night like this mean to you, to celebrate your 25 years of service to Tembec? Do you think this is it an honor for you?
Oh, it's definitely an honor for me. It's an honor for the people that are going to be here. Like I was telling somebody, tonight in this room are going to be the real people of Tembec, the people that started the company 25 years ago. So it's special.
That's quite a feeling.
Yeah, it is.
And when you look around the room and you see some of the people that you've worked alongside, I'm sure that's going to bring back some memories as well. Any particular memories along the way that you'd care to share with us?
No.
Any that you're allowed to share with us?
No, I refuse to comment.
Well, listen, thank you very much and enjoy your evening.
I will. Thank you for inviting me.
J'ai avec moi un jeune homme. On a de la misère à croire que tu as 25 ans à la compagnie. Bienvenue à l'émission, Claude.
Oui, je suis là depuis le 21 mars 1974. J'ai toujours travaillé dans le shop.
Puis comment tu trouves ça? Ça fait 25 ans, ça a passé vite?
Ah, c'est très vite. C'est pas possible comment que ça peut passer vite. Ça fait comme peut-être bien 15 ans que tu penses que tu es là, mais vraiment, c'est 25 ans. Des bons souvenirs.
Puis est-ce que tu pensais, quand tu étais entré en 74, que tu ferais une vie à la compagnie Tembec?
Non, pas vraiment. Dans ce temps-là, tu es trop jeune. Tu penses toujours que tu vas t'en aller, mais Tembec, ils ont été vraiment bons pour les gens de la région et comme moi-même. C'est pour ça que j'ai décidé de rester en place.
Parce que c'est ça, tu dis que tu es bon. Parce qu'il faut mentionner que tu es membre du syndicat aussi.
Oui, je suis le plus en 75, 76, 77, j'étais délégué d'atelier pour la maintenance. J'ai beaucoup aimé ça et j'ai sorti pour une couple d'années, mais là, j'ai rentré encore. Ça fait 5-6 ans que je suis avec le syndicat encore.
Je vais te poser une question, je ne sais pas si c'est une colle ou quoi. Comment sont les relations entre le syndicat et la compagnie? Est-ce que ça va bien ou vous êtes toujours en train de vous chicaner comme les relations?
Ah non, en 1993, j'ai été négocié mon premier contrat d'union. J'ai beaucoup aimé ça. J'ai été encore cette année. J'ai trouvé ça fabuleux. J'ai pas de problème. Les relations, je trouve que sont très bons.
Donc, on entrevoit l'avenir à la compagnie sereinement, comme si ça va bien comme ça. C'est important. Je pense que le syndicat s'entende avec la compagnie.
Ah oui, le syndicat s'est toujours entendu avec la compagnie. Jamais eu de problème. Écoute, on a toujours des petits problèmes, mais ça se règle à différents niveaux. Il n'y a pas de problème là.
Que fais-tu présentement à la compagnie, Red?
Comme c'est là, je suis encore dans la maintenance. J'ai rentré à Tembec, comme je te dis, en 73. J'ai toujours resté dans la maintenance, puis j'aime beaucoup ça.
Est-ce qu'il y en a plusieurs, parce que je posais la question tout à l'heure à Puce Godette, est-ce qu'il y en a plusieurs de l'arrière-garde, des anciens qui sont restés avec toi ou ça a changé beaucoup depuis ces années?
Oh, ça a changé pas mal. Les années passées, on avait des gens les plus âgés, comme je peux dire. Ils sont tous partis maintenant, mais à cette heure, je trouve que oui, il en reste encore un bon montant de personnes qui sont là.
La mentalité des jeunes, est-ce qu'on trouve tout le temps, est-ce que ça change ou c'est encore un peu comme quand tu es rentré? Est-ce que tu te retrouves un peu dans les jeunes?
Ah oui, ah oui. Pour ça, la mentalité a toujours resté. Les gens de Tembec que je travaille avec, il n'y a pas de problème. Ça donne tout bien.
Donc, c'est plaisant. Le climat de travail doit être intéressant.
Ah, c'est très intéressant.
Tes projets, Red, pour les prochaines années, encore de nombreuses années à la compagnie?
Oh, moi, il me reste, j'espère, je sais pas, 8-9 ans à aller, là. Tout va bien, mais j'espère que à l'âge de 55, je peux prendre ma retraite.
Bien, on va te le souhaiter de toute façon, puis on va te souhaiter une bonne soirée à toi et ton épouse. Et merci d'avoir participé à l'émission.
Merci beaucoup.
With me now is Marie Burnett. And Marie, so when in 1974 did you start at the mill?
I started October the 1st, 1974, and I started up in accounting.
Okay.
And I went right into payroll. So at that time then they were putting payroll on the computer, and I got in on the computer, and I've been on the computer for 22 years in the payroll, and then I went on to staff.
Wow. So you've always been in with the accounting department?
Always, the finance group. I've always been with the finance group.
Okay. And is this did you go to school for this, or did you just happen to kind of get in there when you came in?
I came from, I was working in T-Lake at Goodman Stanford Lumber,
Okay.
and I had the background to get into the financial group, so that's how they put me in there.
Good. And what are some, other than computers, any other changes you've noticed along the years that are worth mentioning?
Well, I mean, when I got there, they had the computers. They had just a PC for myself, but over the years, I mean, everybody in the mill now has a PC, and everybody's online with the network, and everybody's working spreadsheets and Lotus Notes and getting into internet. It's quite a change.
Oh,
In 25
definitely.
years, I mean, it's really, Tembec is really in front with the employees in regards to database and things like that, because the job I have now, I have outside contacts, and I talk to people in other companies, and they're not advanced in the computer the way we are at Tembec, and we have real good equipment at Tembec compared to what some other companies have.
Oh, yeah,
So
we're very fortunate.
Very, very fortunate, yeah.
And there have recently, too, been some more changes with regard to the implementation of the Ross and all that. How have you found that?
Well, I was the first application to go live on the Ross. The receivables went live, and I have no complaints because I have a background to work with a PC as opposed to some people who just had to get on it. So I was comfortable getting on it, and I'm comfortable if things didn't work, how to analyze things and kind of bring the problems forward and say, this is our problem here, how do we fix it? So it's a great change, and I think with everybody going on Ross, even in divisions outside the mill are going on Ross, I think it's great. I really
It's amazing how we can actually link up with all of our other divisions now.
Yeah, it is. Like if you want to look at something, especially in my line where I'm looking at credit all the time, which is really important, I can maybe access some other division and see what they have online for credit for the same buyer that we have here at the sulfite mill.
Wow. And what does a night like this mean to you, for you?
I think it's an exceptional night for me because 25 years, is a long time to say that you've worked for a company. And when I look at 25 years, I look at 25 years in the back, and I didn't even see it go by. Somebody coming up and saying, "Oh God, 25 years! How could you have stayed there for 25 years?" But you don't notice the years. And I think what happened to me is I got in with a very good group of people. And everybody cared for one another. It's like a social group, and you cared. You had like all kinds of little problems, and you discussed them on the side. And everybody helped one another with their work. You had a problem, you can go to someone, they could help you with it. And it's
that's something we could probably use a little bit more of today too, because it's easy to get caught up in everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good. Well, enjoy your evening, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
With me now is Mr. Leonard Robinson, and welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
And maybe first of all, we can start. When did you start in 1974?
I actually started in 1973, November 73.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're just a little over the 25-year mark.
26 years. I'm not going to say it anymore.
No, exactly. Now, when you first came into the mill, what were you doing?
When I first came, I started off as a laborer. Then I went to the bleachery. I stayed in the bleachery, I guess, for 6 years. And then I applied for an apprenticeship program for the shop, and I've been in the shop ever since.
Okay. And you've always been a union man?
Yes, I've always been in the union.
Okay. And how have you seen the union progressing throughout the years? It's been a 26-year period.
Oh, there's been a lot of changes in the union, definitely, compared to the days of like Charlie Carpenter, where there's been a lot of changes. We went from 8-hour shifts to 12-hour shifts, and it was a lot of changes for the union and a lot of arguments. Believe me, I was involved with that. So, also my dad, these guys were pretty well hooked to the old ways, and as you get younger people come in, there's a lot of changes. Been a lot of changes, the 12-hour shift, and from 8 to 5 to 8 to 4 for the maintenance people, where they were used to 8 to 5 all the time. There's been a lot of changes through the years, definitely.
See, that was a new one for me, the 8 to 5. I didn't realize that.
Well, yes, it used to be 8 to 5. We changed it to 8 to 4.
Okay. And what about now? This must be a special year for you. You're celebrating this over 25 years of service, and now you're the union president. How does that feel?
Oh, it's a pleasure for me to be here tonight as representing the members as the local president, and also as a 26-year veteran, I guess. It's definitely a big thrill and a big thing, and that I'll always cherish and remember, being here, union president at the same time, and also 26 years in the business, so definitely a big year.
And Tembec's always been very special in the fact that the union management relationship has always been a very close one and a very beneficial one. The working together type thing. Do you see that continuing in the years to come?
I think if we're going to survive, we're going to have to do it. You see it now, even with other mills, that they're starting new mills, and not just in mills. You got them in the factories, the smelters, and even with Air Canada and all that. It's all joint ventures now, union and management together. I think it's the only way to survive, and that's one of the reasons we went through hard times, and I think we're here today because of that joint venture, union management. I think that's why we're here. And
we've been doing it for 25 years, for over 25 years. And look at these companies, like you're saying, Air Canada, bigger bigger in one essence, but they're kind of really following our golden rule.
Definitely, you're seeing it all over, and even the paper mills that are starting up, they're looking for joint ventures. And some of them, as president, when I go to conventions and that, they ask how it's going, and in our system, we have our problems too, but I wouldn't change it for any other system, not right now, because I see what's going on in the industry with just strictly, I guess you can call it the old-fashioned way, unionized, and no, it's better system this way here. We did good for 25 years, no layoffs, and there's no other paper mill that can boast that.
Now I'm asking this question to all of the people I'm interviewing tonight, but what does tonight mean for you specifically? What is this all about?
Well, basically for me, I got to go back and think about the older people that were there, and when we came in as rookies, and they had to put up with our stubbornness, and we figured we knew it all, and they had to put up with us. And without them, we wouldn't be here today, because they're the ones that really started the mill. We're here 25 years later, but without them, we wouldn't have started. So I give a lot of recollection to the people back there, and I think about them actually a lot more than about myself today. I think of the ones that really started the mill, that had the know-how. But today, I'm going to accept it. It's nice to say I was there 25 years, and if there was a place to be for 25 years, Tembec was the place to be for me.